Hi, I would like to walk you through setting up your presentation using Adobe Illustrator. There's a couple reasons why this is a great tool for presentations. One is it allows you to set things up in a way where you can use placeholders and you can integrate all of your different types of files, whether that's JPEG, PNG, or even other Adobe Illustrator files. Two, you end up with a better quality graphic than you would using a traditional slides program. These graphics will be able to be used in future projects, portfolios, other Adobe products will read them better, such as InDesign, and you end up with a scalable vector graphic this way. First, let's set up our boards. So once you open the Adobe Illustrator program, you want to set your file up. So we're going to choose, I don't see the option for 11 by 17 here, so let's go ahead and set that up. We'll use inches. We'll use horizontal orientation and 17 wide by 11. And you want to keep the graphic effect high, and you may want to add in a slight bleed where if you have any graphics that go over the edge, it allows it to spill over just a little bit. Lastly, right away I know I want 4 artboards, so I can choose that here as well. Click Create. Now you have a view of all 4 of your artboards, and you can change that view by going up to the window, by going up to the View tab and choose Fit Artboard in Window, or going back to choose Fit All in Window so you get a nice overall look. The first thing I'll do is actually bring in the logo that I created. If you're still working on your logo, that's fine. You can put in a placeholder. And since I created the logo in Adobe Illustrator, I'm going to go ahead and import the Illustrator file by going to File, Place, and finding that logo, and then dragging the area where I want to put it on the screen. So for now, I'll put it in the bottom corner. And I can adjust the size a little bit later. It is sometimes helpful to turn your rulers on. And if you're on a PC, you can click Control R and then the rulers will come up. I think it's Command R on a Mac. And if I want this in the same place in every board, I'll go ahead and select it and Control C to copy. Move into my next artboard, and I'm going to choose the pull down edit, paste in place, and then it will go to that same area on each board. So navigate by clicking on the board and paste in place. So now I have all these set up, and there is more text that I will probably add to it. And now I need to determine what I'm putting on my boards. So for the first board, I do want to put a bit of my concept statement here. So for now, I'm going to put a placeholder, and I think I'll go ahead and sort of line that up here just by dragging a text box and letting the Latin fill in the page for me, and I can copy and paste my text in later. I also know I need a floor plan here. But my floor plan doesn't necessarily need to be on the first page. I might want to put my more wow image on the first page. I don't feel like I need my clients to wait for that. So I may end up putting my perspective, my 3D, on this front page with the concept, and then put my floor plan, then followed by my custom pieces. And with that, I'll have a plan of the desk, the furniture piece, and then the corresponding elevations that go with that. And that may or may not fit on one page. And then I need also my materials. So those are the pieces that I need to put on there. And for right now, I might not have all of that complete. So there's a couple of things I can do. One, I can create a placeholder, which I could just put a shape in there, but it's much nicer if it's the actual size. Or two, I can put a temporary image in. So while my floor plan might not be 100% complete, I can go ahead and put in at least the building shell to hold a place for that. Another nice thing is I'm able to actually pull in PDF files. So here on page 2, I think I'll place my plan. And I'll go ahead and actually that's not the one I wanted. This is the overall plan, but I do kind of want this in here too. So I'm going to bring it in and maybe leave it down here for now, really tiny, and go ahead and place the lobby plan. Now, I'm not bringing this in to scale per se. Let me undo that and do it one more time. So File, Place, choose the lobby plan and click one time. And now it should come in at the scale that it was set up for. So if I want to keep that at 1/4 inch scale, it would be best if I don't adjust it. If I'm going to adjust it, I want to make sure I don't have the scale reading here and that I provide a graphic scale. But for now, this is just a placeholder. So if I want this page to be mainly my lobby, and let's move that out of the way now. It's making me rethink sort of everything, but that's the whole point of this cartoon set. Like maybe I sort of lined that up as well. And I'm going to zoom in here because what I would really kind of like to use this for is a key map, if you will, or key plan. And I can zoom in. And I might want to just use a shape. So I'll use an ellipse and I'll highlight that lobby area. And then I'll adjust the color and transparency of the color. And I might want to adjust that based on my actual brand colors. And then we'll play with the opacity here. And get rid, let's see, the stroke, there's no stroke, so that's good. So it'll just be this little highlighted area that shows that this is a lobby, but it's part of a larger project. So I actually might want to go in and clean this up as well. Take the titles off of it, the north arrow maybe off of it, and put it here larger on the larger plan. And this weird border I will probably want to get rid of as well. When you place a file in Adobe Illustrator, it becomes linked to the artboard. So it's not actually embedded in here unless I click embed, in which case then I'd be able to make some adjustments to it. But the nice thing about linking a file is if I make changes to this same file, then it will update here in the program, kind of like an XREF works in AutoCAD. Let's zoom out for the rest of the presentation. So we'll look at all in window. So I might want to leave that plan here at 1/4 inch, or I might want to even scale it down to 1/8 inch and have a floor plan and a reflected ceiling plan. I didn't ask everyone for a reflected ceiling plan for this project, but if you have it, or you have some different design elements on the ceiling, you could certainly integrate it in. This third page, I think, will be my focused on just the reception desk. And I think I might use these two for custom reception desk plan and elevation, and then the custom other piece of furniture. So it might be seating or display, whatever you're designing, and those plan and elevations. And as I'm thinking through this, it might even make most sense to put the finishes on both of these pages and maybe even integrate the overall finishes with this plan. So I'm going to, again, move that up a little bit and maybe just give myself some placeholders for now. And let's say I'm going to use rectangles. I went ahead and made my squares in a really, really light gray color. And I'm going to zoom in on this area and then go ahead and bring in some of my finishes that I want to put here. And if I don't have them all selected yet, I can just leave the placeholder and make sure I leave some room to label it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring a couple of them in. So I'll go ahead and stick that one in. And right now I'll go ahead and embed them too, because I want these to stay here. I'm not going to change them. May want to scale it a little bit. And let's bring in another one. That one's pretty big. So again, I'll go ahead and I could actually leave it big. Okay. And so for this first one, I want to select both of the square and the one underneath it. So let's see if I can get both of those selected. And then I want to click over here where it says Make Clipping Mask. Okay, so first I need to change the order, and I need this to be in front. So we'll do Arrange, Bring to Front. Then I can go ahead and kind of move that over a little bit. Select both and Make Clipping Mask. So that puts my my finish in that perfect square. So that works for any shape if I want to do circle or hexagon or something different. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Arrange, bring to front, move this cork in the back, select both pieces, and make clipping mask. So that is how I'll add my finishes in, and I can make them nice and even. For my third and fourth slide, since I want to integrate finishes on both of them, I think I'll go ahead and select all 4 of these finished squares and choose to copy them. So let's go to Edit, Copy, click on the third artboard and choose Edit, Paste in Place, choose the fourth artboard and do the same, Edit, Paste in Place, and now I've got those set up. For this one, this will be my desk and elevations. So I want to go ahead and right now I just have a sketch. I probably can export the SketchUp view as well. But for now, for a placeholder, maybe I'll just grab this sketch. So I opened this PDF here, and let's see, I'm going to embed that and try this. Just make it's not gonna let me make this selection. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and copy this and come over here and paste it. So now I've got this desk, which is quite large. Again, graphic scale, etc. might do wonders here. So I might want sort of a big view of the desk and then space for my elevations beside it. So once again, I may go ahead and just use a shape for placeholders, and depending on how that might stack up, let's choose a gray color. And again, you can use your sketches. If you don't have your elevations finalized yet, you could certainly use the sketches. So if I've got a shape and if I really want to see how big that is, it's about 4 inches across right there. And I'll do Control+ to zoom in a little bit. But that should be plenty of room if I'm using 1/4 inch scale. On the desk, I may blow it up to 1/2 inch. I'll just have to see. But once I have that placeholder, I'll go ahead and hold down my Alt key and drag a copy of it. And then I'll make another copy. So select it, hold down Shift, then click and hold the Alt key and drag the boxes down. And then at this point, I may end up making some adjustments to the placement of this plan, sort of lining it up proportionate to this one. And you can see right now it's sort of overlapping on that board. So I could fix that by making a little box. Let's make that one white or a light color. And then once again, select both images and make a clipping mask. And that way it kind of contains it here. And then my last board will be my other piece of custom furniture. So I want a lot of detail in here. Again, this is just placeholders, obviously. Finishes should be labeled, and elevations and the plan should be clear and fully dimensioned. And I've got still a little bit of room where I may integrate some inspiration images, maybe faded into the background, and even some graphic text from my concept statement as I pull it through. Back to my first slide, I think I'll go ahead and pull in the placeholder for my 3D image. And right now I'm going to choose place, and I've got a view of that lobby saved from SketchUp. So I'm going to go ahead and place it on the front page. And again, I may end up with some graphic text from the concept statement sort of overlapping in here, so I can go over that in class. Let's go to View, Fit All in Window. And to turn in your presentation set, you can either export all the artboards as a PDF to turn in, or you can do a screenshot out of Illustrator and just turn the screenshot in too. Thank you.